Well, hope you're having a beautiful weekend. Like the rest people said, you are supposed to be resting, but you decide to do the work of your people, of trying to save the nation. And that's quite commendable. Thank you so much for everything you do. And let me extend the same greetings to all of you that made it here today. People that have called in, people listening, people in the comment section, people that are not saying anything. Good evening to you all. And then Mommy Diaspora, special Saturday greetings to you. Thank you so much for everything you are doing. Let me quickly add my voice to the voice of Alabo. Please, people, let's get this thing wrapped up as soon as possible. I think I like the angle Alabo came from. No matter how small these things could be, just put your own contribution there. Mr. Naja was rightly said 2 days ago that whatever it is, even if you decide to join or not, the project is going to come to fruition. So I think the best thing is for you to try and do what you can, no matter how small it is, to go a long way in pushing your voice, my voice, our voices farther than any person will expect. And the people on the panel with me, I just want to say it's a beautiful Saturday to be with all of you. Oga Jonathan, our Dream Nation, our Black Panther, Ipadua, Domosa, Happy Uzala, Nohua, Abinekere, yeah. So people, excuse me, you know, you see, the problem with our nation is that the people that ought to say the truth, the people that ought to take the lead, the people that ought to bring that change, they've all been bought for one reason or the other. But nobody is sure. I don't know if other people are sure what really the problem is. But one thing I can bet you all is that this Nigeria is actually working for the people that owns Nigeria. The people that own this country, the country is working for them. This is exactly how they want the country to be. So those of us that are complaining are just you and I complaining because this is not the nation we dream. That was why Desmond Elliot, you remember when he was eating in the table, he kept shouting, "What are you people complaining about?" And the same goes to anybody in power. They all just flow around. But when it comes to them, when the thing starts to affect them, you can see they begin to sing a different song. So that is why it is quite instructive that people who must all wake up to bring about that paradigm shift. And if you see all these people, the reason I made that analogy of the people that own Nigeria, if you see all these candidates, the only person that is viable, that is not part of that coven, is His Excellency Peter Obi. The reasons are there for it's there in the open for everybody to see. The reasons are numerous. The reasons are not negotiable. He was not part of the people that brought the insecurity that is currently ravaging every nook and cranny of the country. Because if you almost agree with me that the current and present danger we have in our nation today is insecurity. Insecurity is tied to everything, the economic hardship, every other thing you are thinking of. That is why the government in power, they are not able to focus properly on governance. Anything they do, there's always a consideration, and those considerations centers around insecurity. Do you think your country cannot actually take out these guys? Do you think your country cannot arrest the like of Sheikh Gumi? Do you think your country cannot bring the people like Sultan of Sokoto to question, and the likes of Matawale still in government? Turaki, what was his name? Turaki, the man that helped Abacha to siphon all the funds. Just look at all of them. Do you think your people cannot bring these people to their nail? They can, but of course, they are not going to do it because of every form of consideration, because of election, because of every accusation, because the nation has been divided across the fault lines. So people, they knew how they brought the insecurity to the country. It's there all over the news. I didn't make it up. It's there in all major news channels how they agreed that these people should come to Nigeria. In case election fails, then they will activate these people. And the only person that was not part of this satanic arrangement is Excellency Peter Obi. So if he comes to power, with your help, with my help, with the help of every Nigerian, this guy is going to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to do what these guys ought to do without giving a damn whose horse is good. Because he has not been part of this agenda, this satanic agenda that has brought our nation to its very knees. So, guys, Nigerians, let's encourage ourselves. Let's encourage the people that we support to vote His Excellency Peter Obi. Please, if you are supporting people in Nigeria, convince them, because that's the only sure way to prosperity as it stands now. Because the whole lots of these people, if you see just look at all of them, they've all been implicated one way or the other in this insecurity problem we are having. And that is why I'll just go to the next topic immediately. You see, personally, I don't really think I'm of the opinion that the people should be blamed in their entirety. I know somebody called and was like, look at these people, they never suffer, they still they vote for Tinubu. No, sir. No, ma. In my view, I think the people, we must give credence to the people. They've all done their best. But this thing is not just working. Do you know what the effect of repeated abuse will ever have on people? Repeated abuse, continuous abuse, the fear of what to eat tomorrow, the fear of the way forward. So when you have, they first weaponize poverty to the extent that people are not able to make critical decisions again. All they care about is just how to live for today. But I'm not making an excuse for the people, but we must also understand where they are coming from. Because be that as it may, we can still see how they voted. In the last election, did they not vote for His Excellency Peter Obi? They did. Despite the hunger, the starvation, they did. Peter Obi won the election. But it was the machinations of INEC and the people, the APC in power, led by Buhari himself, the number one evildoer in the country, that made sure that the votes of the people didn't count. And it's not just now, since 99, during the Obasanjo, the people always vote well. It's just that enough people are not part of the process. This is not exonerating the people completely, but it's giving the picture the robust view that it's supposed to have. Poverty. If I say poverty, I mean it in all its senses. Financial poverty, educational poverty, all forms of poverty can becloud the judgment of any person. That is why in civilized society, they don't ever allow their people to get to that stage that they have to depend on other people to survive. They ensure that people get social security safety nets so that at every point in time, any crime you commit, you'll be accountable for those crimes because the government has given you everything to be able to make informed judgments at every point in time in your life. See, guys, I've said this several times. I worked in the north. I have seen people lost their babies, their children, for as low as 500 naira. 500 naira. I've seen that happen. You cannot tell me people like that, if they are offered anything, they will refuse to take. You have a dying and a sick child in the hospital because the government has not provided those safety facilities for people to make use of. And you get a politician that gives you some money. You have your dying child at the hospital. Will your judgment not be beclouded? It will be beclouded. In this Western society where people do what's right, almost healthcare is free, apart from the US. Healthcare, education, everything. And apart from that, you still get support from the government. So whether you vote for the government or not, you are sure that your child, your ward, your health, everything will be taken care of. So that is the angle I'm coming from, not to blame the people or cast aspersion on the people that also said that the people have to be blamed. Just trying to give a balanced and nuanced view why the people have been so beaten, they are browbeaten, crestfallen, so that they are not able to think properly. Abuse is what I've said. People that have gone through abuse, we know how it affects our psyche. So I'll just move to the next point. You see, Oga Jonathan was making a very brilliant point about that court judgment. I was just laughing. See, we've made it clear here on this platform that if the NDC know what's good for them, if Peter Obi really wants to come up tops in this election, it is high time they start having people around them that can do this work properly. The NDC, like Oga Jonathan said, must not fall into this trap and give us our mandate. He's not here today. He re-echoed this yesterday and the day before yesterday. That look, we should not celebrate this. There's a big trap. Everybody should be very careful. For me, I cannot tell you exactly what the trap is all about. But I know that nothing good comes from these people. Just like Oga Jonathan said, for whatever it is, just know that nothing good will come from these people. This judgment that looks as if they have thrown open the space again, don't think it's going to be something good, because nothing good can come from these people. Take, for example, do you know that the PRO of that youth party was on television yesterday? Television yesterday to deny that court judgment. First of all, it was on one newspaper, just one newspaper. I was like, well, what's this? What's going on? That was yesterday. Not even knowing that the guy has granted interview. Has granted interview, and he told everybody, told the whole Nigeria that they, as long as they are concerned, they are not aware of that court case, that they are going to challenge the court case. And when he said that, the anchor was like, what? The lady was even shocked. It was on Arise TV. He said this same judgment, they are going to challenge it. That's the youth party. So, like Oga Jonathan won, like Give Us Our Mandate won, I'm also warning, this is not good. Anything from this government, let's take it with a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt, and let's be watching. So the handlers of the NDC, Peter Obi, everybody, open your eyes, open the space, allow good people to come around His Excellency. Sirake Dixon, if you are listening, allow good people. Peter Obi had some good warriors in the last election. I'm surprised that the likes of Dele Farotimi is not part of this team already. They should have a legal team, people that can be looking at all the loopholes in this current political dispensation. See, it's going to be per time billing. When they make any announcement on television, there should be people analyzing this judgment. Just like Oga Jonathan, they analyze it, look at all the traps, look at everything, all the givings. They should open that space, the space around Peter Obi. Let good people come in. Let the likes of Dele Farotimi come in. That is that for that. I'm talking about the, what's it called again? The student loan. See, this student loan, they do it in every government. It's what they use to siphon whatever they want to do. During Jonathan's time, he had a proceed. Of course, that was for people that had first class. Immediately, what's his name? Buhari came in. Buhari changed it, and they started having what they call trader money and stuff like that. Not just only trader money, anchor borrowers program. And the likes of you that think Professor Yemi Osibajo is a saint, he was in charge of that trader money. That was what they were using to rig election across every state. Because when election is coming, Yemi Osibajo is sent to those states, and they start giving people loan that were never accounted for. Then the anchor borrowers program, that was mainly for the northern people. They gave so much of those funds away. Now Tinubu has come, they cancelled all those things, and they started with this, their third fund. Oga Jonathan clearly said, if the purpose is to make the schools to be sustainable, why not give these institutions the fund and refuse to increase the school fees? Let them develop these schools. These are the kind of ideas and reasoning that people around Peter Obi should be using to campaign. I still believe the NDC, they are not mounting enough opposition. They have to do that. They have to listen to people. There are people scattered all over the cyberspace. They all have something to say. Listen to these people. Open up the space. And let's move Nigeria forward. Concerning the APC primaries, they don't already tell you now. They don't show us the votes. The number of APC. Okay, I'll just round up on these 30 seconds. They've told you, Uzodinma has told you that, look at the number of people we have only in our political party. So imagine if Nigerians now join. So don't be surprised. They are going to cook up figures. So the NDC, be ready to have pooling agents all over the place. Be ready to ensure that your pooling agents are well taken care of. I think in the second part of this discussion, we have more to say. Thank you, Nigerians, for listening.
All right. Oga Chris, thank you, sir. God bless you. Thanks for your submission.